There's a question on top of page 9. Okay, is on spender. Spender expects the cash inflow from an investment to be 40,000 after 2 years and another 30,000 after 3 years. Its target rate of return is 12%. Okay, you've been given the table. Okay, can you do the cash flow for year 2 and year 3? Do the discount factor at 12% for year 2 and year 3, and then calculate the present value. Please, let's do that quickly, and then we move to NPV. If we know how to do this, then we are fine. There's nothing difficult in NPV analysis except calculating discount rates, discount factor, sorry. Okay, shall we move? Hello, are you with me?
Yes, we are doing the calculation. We are with you.
Okay, good. Oh, you're doing the calculation. Very good.
Mr. Fofana?
Yes.
Yes, yesterday the notes were sent to me later, but I'm not, is it on lecture 5 and 6?
You mean the notes? Yes, the one on lecture 5 and 6, yes. It says lecture 5 and 6 on it, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's all on investment appraisal, actually.
So which one? Is it example 2 or?
Yeah, interactive question 2 on top of page 9. On top of page 9, yeah? Okay, so what's the PV for year 2? What's the PV for year 2? The present value for year 2? Are we together?
Yes, we are doing the calculation.
Okay, fine. Okay, it shouldn't. It's only 2 items, so. Okay, let me just try to do it here as well. So it's called Spender Limited, S-P-E-N-D-E-R. Spender Limited. So I have the year, I have the cash flow, then we have the 12% BF, 12% discount factor, and then we have the present value. Excellent. Okay. So we have year 2 and year 3. Is that correct? Year 2, year 3. So the cash flow for year 2 is 40,000. And the cash flow for year 3 is 30,000. Okay. So Let's take them to 2 decimal place. So 12% DF, what we do, we say equals 1 divided by bracket opens. 12% is 1.12, isn't it? 1.12 raised to power 2. We enter and we replicate. So we take it to 2 decimal place.
Mr. Fofana?
Yes.
I don't know if it is only me, but I'm not seeing your presentation.
You want to see my Excel spreadsheet?
Yes. Yes, I'm not seeing it.
Wow. I would have seen it.
Yes, I am clearly seeing it.
Yes. I think the problem you have is the one who is not seeing it. On your device, you should see Lamin Fofana twice. So if currently you are on one, you didn't see me, just press the other one. You should be able to see the presentation. Okay?
Okay, okay, all right.
Mr. Fofana?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Fofana.
Yes?
I've calculated for year 2 and I get 35,714. I don't know
For
if
which
it's
one?
correct. 35,714.8929.
For which one? For year 2?
Year 2, yeah.
No.
Oh, sorry. I raised it to 1. Sorry.
I got 0.7971 something.
I got 31,887.
31,887.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I also get that now.
Yes, I also got the same.
31,887.76.
Yes, I also got that.
But for me, what I did was 40,000 divided by 1.12 in bracket raised to the power 2. I went directly.
Okay. So so you got 0.797, yeah?
Yes, sir. I got 31,887 point something. I just omit that one.
Okay. So
But Mr. Fofana, I think we should run it down.
sorry?
I think we should run it down to 0, so it should be 31880. Oh?
Yeah. What should happen is after calculating it, actually if you get the what Amadou got just now, 87, you are not wrong, but the best way to do is after calculating your discount factor 12%, whatever you have, you should round it up. So for example, you should go and type 0.797 multiplied by the 40,000. And once you do that, then you get the 31880. Okay, is that clear? So what you do is, what you've done, Rosa, is correct. So you take equals 1, so you say 1 divided by 1.12 raised to power 2. Okay? After doing that, then you enter. But if you are multiplying it by this, you should, because the way these things, the way the DF looks is as if it is rounded up, but it's not rounded up. So that's why when you are multiplying it, you clear this from the calculator and you say 0.797 multiplied by 40,000, then that will give you this round figure. Is that clear? So now after I calculated this, I will say equals 0.797 0.712 multiplied by this when you enter. So that should give you 21,360. Okay? So these are the answers if you round it up. But it doesn't mean if you don't round it up, you're not correct. It's correct, but it's better to do it this way. After getting your discount factor, okay, so use the discount factor in your calculator as rounded in 3 decimal places, and you multiply it by the cash flow. Is that clear, everyone?
But the discounting factor of year 3.
Yes.
Look at the discounting factor of year 3.
Is 0.712.
Is it not 1 divided bracket of 1.1, or is it 1.2 rather? It's 1.2. Thank you.
It's 1.1, 12%. 12% is 1.1.
Yeah.
1 divided by 1.1.
Okay, is this okay? Please make sure all of you are able to do this. Okay?
But you rounded up the year 3. You rounded it up.
Yes.
Yeah. Instead of it should have been, because
so what you do is after calculating, you write it down. Calculating, write it down. Write down all your discount factor. Now, if you want to multiply, okay, if you want to multiply, instead of using what is in the calculator, because what is in the calculator is not rounded. So if you want to multiply, so you freshly type 0.797 multiply by 40,000, then that will give you. Do you understand?
Right. But do you need to format the cells first?
Yeah, you can format it. Yes, I've already formatted this to 3 decimal place.
No, I mean, is it going to be accounting or financial?
The format you're using a computer. Actually, any accounting will give you the $sign, which you don't want. So you can either use the financial or the number formatting. Yeah. Okay. Any of those two.
Okay.
Mr. Fofana?
Yes.
Do we need to add like the 2 present values? Because I'm seeing in the handout this format, and it has here total present value.
Yes. Yes.
So do we need to add?
Yes, you need to add them. Yes. You need to add them.
So Mr. Fofana, we should be expecting questions like this in your exams, right?
Not as easy as this.
Okay, well,
but why not?
We are coming to do an exam type question. After all this, we're coming to do a big question. So we're trying to
that time you start giving us guidelines.
Huh?
I said it's high time you start giving us guidelines, Mr. Fofana.
I've already started giving you guidelines. So we say total, then we just do the sum function here. I have already given you 1 guidelines, okay? So the total should be 53,240. Okay? So now let's do 1 question. We'll just do 1 question on NPV. So actually, we're going to go into NPV now. So, but before going to NPV, let me just do the slides. We look at the slides, and we just do 1 question, which is a question on the question at the bottom of page 9. We'll do that, and then we'll go and attack our exam type question, which is the last. I think is the last question on your pack. Okay, which is called Treco Company. Okay. So we'll come back to this.
Mr. Fofana.
Yes, sir.
I just entered this thing, but it does not change. 1 divided into bracket 1.12 raised to the power 2. I hit the enter key, but nothing changed. It remained the same. on my computer.
Okay, you are on which year? Year 3.
Year 2, I did year 2 first, but then nothing changed. It just remained as I type it. And I did the formatting
What do you mean
number.
nothing changed? I don't understand.
Like I type 1 divided by 1.12 in bracket, raised to the power 2, and then I enter, but nothing changed. It
Okay,
just remained.
Uncle Amadou,
Yes.
I think you have forgotten the equal to sign.
Ah, you are right, sweetheart. Thank you.
Rosa.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you, darling.
Okay, good. Okay. Right. You know, actually on Excel, you cannot start any formula without an equals, yeah? Okay, so let's go back to our slides. Go back to our slides. Right. Okay, so I guess we know what compounding is, and we know what discounting is, and of course we know what discount factors are. In fact, I went up to an extent of telling you how to arrive at the discount factor, okay? That is, if you want to work it mathematically, you know, you can use your simple change of subject to arrive at your discount factor, so that in case if you forget the formula in exams, you'll be able to work backwards to get your discount factor, okay? So, so that nicely take us to our main subject, which is our net present value method. Our net present value method is nothing other than the difference between the present value of our cash inflows and the present value of our cash outflows. So that means it measures the cash profitability of our investment in today's value. Okay? If you undergo an investment, you don't expect your investment to mature today. If you invest 100,000, you expect to get returns in the future. So the net present value method, what it does is it assesses the present value of all the outflows, because the outflows usually the initial outflow will always be done today, which is never discounted, but there might be some expenses that may incur, cash expenses that may incur in the future. You have to discount all of them. And the revenue the investment is going to generate, if it relates to the future, you have to discount them back to today's value, and then you compare the two and you see whether it is worthwhile to go for this investment. Simple. That's what the NPV does. Exactly that. So after comparing the present value of our inflows and the present value of our outflows, we try to see whether the present value of our inflows exceeds the present value of our outflows. If that is the case, then we go for the project. Okay? So NPV is, of course, present value of cash inflows less present value of cash outflows, like I said. So further decision rules. First, if the NPV is positive, meaning the present value of our inflows are greater than the present value of our outflows, our advice to management as accountants will be to execute the project, to undertake the project. But if the NPV is negative, that is, if the present value of cash outflows exceeds the present value of cash inflows, we advise management not to go ahead with that investment. Okay? And the last aspect of it is if the NPV is zero, that means the present value of inflows equals the present value of outflows, we still ask management not to go ahead. Why? Because it will have a neutral impact on shareholders' wealth. Shareholders' wealth is, of course, profitability. Because it has neutral effect on shareholders' wealth, it won't be worthwhile undergoing it. Why would you want to do something that will not earn you profit? Business is not worshiping also, but even worshiping is for profit. No matter what religion you follow, we are all expecting benefits in the future. So business is also like that. Why do we invest? Why shareholders put their money into risk? Because they expect returns. So if the NPV is zero, you advise management not to go ahead with the project. So the only time your advice to management to go ahead with the project is if the NPV is positive. Okay? Okay, so quickly, what are some of the advantages of NPV? It considers time value of money, of course. It considers all relevant cash flows of an investment. Unlike the payback period, which ignores cash flows after the payback period. Okay, risk can be incorporated into decision because we can easily know if an investment is going to be a risky one, we avoid it. If it is going to be a less risky one, then we can go ahead with it. Okay, so it provides clear, unambiguous decision. If the NPV is positive, you accept. If the NPV is negative or if the NPV is at par, you reject. Okay, so clear. So those are some of the advantages of the NPV method. Right. Now, before we go there. Okay, so this is the question that is on, which page is on this? I think it's the question at the bottom of, which page is this question? $280,000. Okay, so let's look at this question. Right, it's just on page, it's on top of page 12.
Page 12.
Page 12, excellent, yes.
Mr. Fofana.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is out of the topic, but just to inform you, Joe Biden has won the election.
Oh, he has finally been confirmed, yeah?
Yeah, I just received that message just now from a friend in
Mashallah.
the US. Yes.
Mashallah. I'm really happy. Since the election day up till now, I've been following it because it should be everybody's concern.
I know. That's why I said let me feed you with the info.
Yes,
so.
yes. Thank you. I'm really happy about that. Trump is, it's unfortunate, but Trump is an enemy to the world. I'm telling you. I don't think anyone who loves humanity will love Trump. Trump is just against everybody. That's the trouble.
Definitely.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's look at this question. Let's look at this question. So it's the same discounting, but just like I've said, the cash flows at year zero means the cash flow now. Cash flow now, you don't discount it. Because why do you want to discount? You want to discount to bring the values of the cash flow to now. So therefore, cash flow now, the discount factor is always 1, meaning if you multiply it by 1, it will be 1. So no discounting for year 1. Okay, so can we have a go at this now? Let's do this quickly and then we can have our main question. So please, can you screenshot this if you want to make it handy? Because I'm going to turn to the Excel version. Stop this. Okay. So I'm going to open a new worksheet. I'll call it question 3. So I'll call it Q3. Okay. Okay. So it says a project has the following forecast cash flows: year 0 to 80,000, year 1, year 2, year 3, up to year 4, using 2 decimal places in all discount factors. Take note, your discount factors must be in 2DP. Using 2 decimal places in all discount factors, complete the following table to calculate the net present value of the project at a cost of 16.5. Okay? So let's do it together. So we complete the table. So we'll say,
Is it 6.5 or 16.5?
16.5, sorry, 16.5 NPV statement. Okay, so the first one is year, second one is cash flow, then we have DF, discount factor, at 16.5, 16.5%. Then we have PV, our present value. Okay. So the years are 0. Okay. So now, if I want to number this by just automatically numbering instead of typing 1, 2, 3, 4, what should I do? If I do 1, do I copy just like that, or what do I do?
You do 0 and 1, and then highlight both, and then go to the far right bottom of cell 5B. Then you drag.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Hadi. That's it. Then I drag, I go up to, so I need only year 4. Okay. So everybody take note of that. If you want to replicate numbers, okay, you cannot just highlight on 1 and then try to copy. If you want to do that, it's only going to be the same. Okay. So Excel recognizes the pattern of a number. So if you start from here, you say 0. If the next one is 2, if you highlight both of them, if once you replicate, it's going to give you gaps of 2. Look at it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like that. But if you have gaps of 1, 0, then you have 1. If you highlight the 2 and you drag, it's going to give you gap of 1, 1, like that. Okay, so take note of that. So we want our years to be in the middle. Okay, so cash flow, the first year cash flow is 280,000. Yes.
Sorry, I lost connection. It just came back. I just wanted to screenshot the question.
Okay.
Please, if it's okay.
I'll take it back there now.
Please, thank you.
Now, 1 second. Just connect that. Okay, you got it now, buddy? You done, Mari?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so right, so we have our year, we have our cash flow, we have our discount factor for 16.5, and we have our present value. So let's complete our format. So let's come here and say total, how to call it? We call it NPV. NPV is the total of all the cash flows. So we can come here. The cash flow we have, there's no need to total it. What we need to total is the total of the PVs. So we can do a formula. We can do a sum formula that will start from here and end here. Then we close the bracket. Okay? So
say that again, please.
Okay, I'll go back to that. So what we do is we're trying to prepare our format so that once we plug the numbers, it will automatically do all the necessary additions for us. Okay, so at the bottom here, we know our final figure here for the present value will be our net present value when we knock off all the inflows and the outflows. Okay, so we'll come here and do the addition for them. So we'll say equals, you can do your sum, and you start from here to on the year 4, and then you close your bracket, you enter.
Okay.
You got it now?
Yes, sir.
Roger on that?
Roger that. Okay.
So we just align the numbers to the right. Okay. So what will be our PV? Our PV will be our cash flow multiplied by our discount factor. Okay. It will be our discount cash flow multiplied by our discount factor. So let's do our calculations. Please calculate your discount factor on your own because I'm using computer and you are using something different. So how first the let me just write the 280,000, 281, 23. Okay, so let's format this to this time around we can use the financial so that the negative will be in bracket. Okay, but we don't want 2 decimal place, but we want 0 DP. So 280, then we have 149. That's a positive one, an inflow, 128. Okay, 84. Then we have 70. Okay, so can we calculate our discount factor into 2 decimal place? Mind you, the question asks you to take it to 2 decimal place. So we do our formatting. We say number formatting to 2 decimal place. So what is the discount factor for year 0?
I have 1.
Good. That is the correct one. Okay. So once you type 1, look at it. It's going to multiply it by this and it will give you the total automatically as you go along. Why the discount factor for year 0 is 1? Who can tell me why?
Because it is raised to the power 1.
Because any number raised to power 0 is 1.
Yeah, sorry.
Any number raised to power 0 is 1. Okay, fine, that's true. And also, just to tell you, the initial outlay is always cash flow now. So cash flow now, there is no discounting. You can only discount future cash flows. But the cash flow that you're going to spend now, you cannot discount that because it's already on now, isn't it? So correct?
So, Mr. Fofana, under
Yes,
the DP, what will be the formatting? Is it financial still?
Yes, financial.
And then PV also will be financial.
Financial, yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, well, we take it to 0 DP. Okay, so year one, what will be the discount factor? How do we calculate it?
I have 0.85.
Okay, show me how to calculate it. You say
1 divided by 1.17 raised open bracket
1 divided by
open bracket
open bracket
1.17 raised to power 1.
1.17. Why 1.17?
Because they said that we should
No, it's your answer that you should take to 2 decimal place.
Oh, okay. Then my bad. I was doing like to 2 decimal place.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so it's 1.165.
165, yeah. Raised to power 1.
Yes.
1.165.
Rest of power 1, yeah. You have 0.858369. So if I get a back 0.858, because the 3 is less than 5, it around of 0.86.
Yes, because it is in the 2 decimal place.
Sorry?
I think it should be 0.86.
Yeah, 0.86, yes. Okay, what about year 2?
0.74.
Okay, equals 1 divided by, I want to use the years as they are on it. 1 divided by bracket opens 165. The 1.165 raised to power 1. Okay. So for me, I just duplicate. So I have 0.74, 0.63, and 0.54. Are they correct?
Yes, they are. I also have the same thing.
Good, good.
Yes, they are correct.
Good, good, good. Okay. So now, be careful here. When you are multiplying, don't use these numbers. Like if I use equals this multiplied by this, the answer may not be wrong. You understand? But then I will have gone against my rounding of the thing. So what I should do is I should say equals this multiplied by 0.86. Then I enter. So that should the first one. The one for year 1 should be 128140. So the second one, I say equals this multiplied by 0.74. I enter. Equals 84,000 multiplied by 0.63. Enter. Then the last one equals 70,000 multiplied by 0.54. Enter. You see? So once you enter, look at what happens to your numbers. They change automatically. So boom, once you've done the last one, it gave you 33,580. Correct.
So, you are tired?
No, I'm not tired. I'm just trying to stretch myself a bit. You know, since in the morning, I've been running around like crazy.
No.
Mr. Fofana.
Hello.
You can take few lapses around the office there.
I can just do what?
You can take few lapses around the office there.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I was rushing, I went all the way to Mandwar. I have a farm in Mandwar, so I was driving all the way from Mandwar. It's just crazy. So I was really tired. It's just that I promised you the class. Otherwise, I'll have shifted it to another class. But it's okay. We'll finish today, inshallah. So, right. I don't want Rosa to be angry with me.
Mr.
Hello,
Fofana.
Ali.
Okay, I'm fine. I was thinking that the answer should be negative, but then I forgot to put here negative when I was adding. So it's fine.
Yeah. So once you do it, you see, it adjusts itself because the negative, okay.
Sorry, and also like those using computers.
Yes.
I think to make it spreadsheet has made it easier for them because
Exactly.
you can just calculate the first one, that is the year 0.
Yes.
And then you'll be like equals to under the present value column equals
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the cash flow multiplied by this one. If you have this, then from there you just drag.
Yeah.
The same
Exactly.
thing will be applied to other columns.
Yes. That's exactly what I did. Yes.
Yeah,
Correct.
let me see that. You say you will drag. How do you drag? I usually do that, but I never have it correct.
Yeah. How do you go? Go ahead and repeat that.
Uncle Amadou, what I'm saying is, if you can calculate the first one, that is year 0, whereby you put equals to into the present value of year 0 equals to cash flow, that is cell C4 multiply by D4, then you equals to, you press enter. From there you just click at the right corner of that cell and then you drag. Yeah,
All right,
here
cool.
you drag. Everything will be applied to other cells and then you will have your answer straight.
But me, I cannot. In fact, this answer that we have right now, I don't know what happened, but I'm having a different answer. I'm having 33,333.33.
Yeah, the reason is what Harry says is correct. But the only problem with that here is if you look at this 0.86. Let me expand and then you see what I'm trying to say. This this was 0.86. In actual sense, it's not 0.86, but it's 0.85837.
Why?
So if you take this and you multiply by this, the answer it will give you will be less than what I have now. So what I did was, because in the examiner has asked us to take it to decimal place. So that's why after calculating it into 2 decimal place, is that decimal place that you use, you multiply by the number to give you your answer.
And how did you
do
that?
What Harry said is also right, but that will be applicable if you have not been asked to take it to a particular DP. Okay?
So we are increasing in decimal point or decreasing in decimal point?
We are decreasing in decimal point because when you look, if you calculate it, just like, let me just, you see, this is up to infinity. But they have asked us to take it only to 2 decimal place.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Yes. So if you take it to 2 decimal place, then that means what if you take that right now, as you can see, it is 0.86. But if you multiply this by this, it will give you the 0.86 answer. Because you can see 0.86, but in actual sense, it's less than that. I don't know whether you understand.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So this is why we need to take the 0.86 here, multiply by the number, that multiply by that multiply, and then that will give us this. Okay. You could use, Excel has got a special function for it, but I don't want to complicate that with you. You can use the round function, equals round. You can use that, you round it to a particular decimal place and you multiply. But Since you are not going to use Excel in exams, let's do it the way we're going to do it in exams, okay?
Roger that.
Okay. So now we've finished this. Can we go back to our main question that we're coming to do?
Can you project that, please, Mr. Fofana?
Yes, I'll do that right away. Okay. So I'll start this one. Actually, it's the last page on your handout. It's the question that says Treco plans to buy a new machine. Oh,
So,
I should stop doing this. People are looking at me. You know the problem. This week had been the most hectic week for me. Since Wednesday up till now, I never had a day off. I've been starting at 8 and I don't go home until around 8. But, I had about 3 extra classes with you, and I was taking the normal shift also with that, and I was having a couple of meetings and stuff. So it was very hectic for me. Right.
I know. It's not easy, sorry. But just bear with us. We will soon be done.
Yes. It's only today, inshallah. We'll finish it today, inshallah. Yeah, life is not easy. Yeah. So yeah, let me just project that. Where are we? Right. Okay. So this is the question. It was a pilot paper of F9, ACCA F9. Very short question, but highly loaded. Okay, so if you want to take a screenshot now. I'll move to the requirements on the next page, on the next slide. Okay, this is a good point. Stop recording.